Hello, America. I'm coming to you and commenting on an issue many have already done, probably a whole lot more eloquently than I can do so. But sometimes, even though others can do a better job, you must add your own voice. I'm speaking today about a recent episode from a woman we simply refer to in America now as AOC. You all know her, Alexandria Cortez, a representative in the halls of Congress. I have wondered in times past how she ever got elected in the first place. She has very silly ideas, and I'm trying to be kind, simpleton type ideas. So who would have ever pulled her lever? I think as they have been investigating the president for possible collusion or for voter rigging, maybe there's some other people they need to really be looking at. For who in the world would ever vote for her? I've wondered this many times. I'm not sure if there ever has been. I haven't met anyone personally who said, "That's my girl, I love her to death." If you're one of those people, let me tell you something very sincerely. You're easily hoodwinked. And I have 2 garages full of stuff. I can't seem to sell at yard sales, but I know you'd be willing to buy them. So when this video is over, please comment and contact me. I'd sure like to get rid of that stuff. My friends, I haven't been hoodwinked by this woman, and I've never made a video about this woman. But in the light of what she did yesterday, I feel I must. Ms Cortez compared the detainment areas in our southern U.S. borders as concentration camps. Now, folks, I'm not trying to be famous, but somehow I wish that you will pass this video along so that she can see it. Ms. Cortez, I want you to look really closely at this picture frame. Do you see it? Yes, look real close. It's empty. Oh, do you know why it's empty? It's a picture of my family. My great uncles, cousins, aunts, and such. My great grandparents. Well, why is it empty then? Well, I don't have any pictures of them. Why? They were gone long before I came along. Where did they go? They went to the real concentration camps. And you know what happened there at the real concentration camps? Well, they were exterminated eventually, but first they were relieved of all their belongings. They had their gold fillings extracted. The ladies were raped. They were tortured. They did all kind of wonderful experiments on them. No, they weren't wonderful. They were as cruel as can be. Some were skinned alive to make lampshades for the Nazis. Others were worked until they were too sick to work and then shot. Others starved to death, frozen to death. The real lucky ones, the lucky ones. You see, they got off a train that they had been cramped into for several days without food or restroom facilities or even fresh air. And I want to tell you, they did them a favor. A real favor. And as they got off of the train, they said, "Oh, you poor dears. You've suffered and been cramped quarters without restroom or food. Oh, you must be suffering. We have the most wonderful facility for you to take a shower in. Come right this way, and you'll feel so much better." And when they walked in, they were gassed to death. Then they were stripped naked and thrown in a mass grave. Of course, they wanted their clothes to sell. All those were the real lucky ones of my families. Ms. Cortez, the Bible tells me not to call anyone a fool. But it does not say to not call someone a dodo. You are either a dodo, which I don't believe that you are. No, you are much worse. You are a Jew hater. Comparing a detention center to a concentration camp, your regard for the Jewish people is deplorable. Quick reality check. My family, those of Jewish lineage, they were at home, working for a living, not asking for a handout from anyone, simply minding their own business when the Nazi war machine came along and took them away to concentration camps. These people who you are speaking of, down at the detention center at our southern border, none of them have done what my family did, but they did do something. They came into our country illegally. And so they were stopped and they were detained. Why? They did an illegal act. We do have immigrants. We have legal ones. You see, there were no legal Jews. Hitler wanted them all dead. We, the American people, don't want immigrants dead. We simply want them to obey the law. We, the American people, do not mind immigrants. We are a land full of immigrants. But we certainly want them to do it in a legal way. If we as citizens do an illegal act, and a man with a badge will show up on our doorstep and ring the bell or knock and take us downtown as he should. My family did nothing wrong, but they were exterminated. Ms Cortez, you owe me and every living person of Jewish descent a personal apology. And it would be good if you did it in person. Oh yes, that would take quite a while. But doing so would be a whole lot better than what you've been doing in the halls of Congress since you've been elected. I'll be ready for when you come. I'll open my door cordially and welcome you in. I won't hold my breath till you get here, but the door will be open to you. My fellow Americans, speak up. It's time for the nonsense to cease.